everyone. How is it going? Good to see you. P. Georgiev. My dog is yelping. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but he says hello, and I say hello. What am I doing today? I'm doing something. What am I doing? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I gotta get my... sorry, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to stream yet. Come on. What's going on? Need to get my Twitch streams open. We are continuing work today, eventually. There we go. On the theme that I've been working on, right? Looks like we need to do a little update-a-roo. I'll do that right now. Oh, sorry. Do that right now. Yeah. What were we working on last week? I got some updates to do. I'm just going to do that. What is this? Updates available. Sure. Update. You can update both of those. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn Gutenberg off. I think appearance themes. We got first draft. That's right. That's what we're doing today. That's what we're doing. We are doing, we're working on this little theme-a-roo here. Let's see what we got. It looks, looking good. Looking nice. Cool. I don't know who's here. Justin Tadlock is the author of First Draft here, which is, hey, Justin, First Draft. That's this thing. So this is the theme that I'm building everything off of. Justin, who's he's a bit of a legend in the WordPress community, he's put that together, yeah. So we're working on this. I am trying to do. I want to be able to do what's it? VS Code Shades of Purple. That's what I'm looking for. I basically want to have a theme that looks like an IDE for my because I like to do that. That's what I would like to do. What am I looking at here? This is something that I don't want. I want that. Sorry, I am not ready. I got none of my screens set up. Oh, it's just ridiculous. So what we've been working on is basically building something that looks like VS Code or an IDE or the color schemes of an IDE. So last week, if we go into the editor and we looked at, things are running slow today. Wow, that was really slow for a local setup. That's ridiculous. If I go in here, don't know what that's about. Go to global styles, style book. Can I do that? Where did I? Oh, wait, no. Where did I do that? Browse styles. There. So we have Darkula, and I got to take this thing out of spotlight mode. That's what we learned last week. So there is a bug with spotlight mode, not showing this stuff up. So yeah. Oh, there you go. Thanks for the follow, Workspace Dev. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Welcome aboard. Thanks for the follow. One more closer to my follower goal of, what's my goal? 415 or something? I can't remember. Workspace Dev. Where are you coming from? Where did you see? Yeah, where are you from? What's up? Cool. So this is actually fairly awesome because what we want to be able to do now is now we can go through and we can make all these sort of changes here. From Bulgaria. Welcome. This is kind of neat. So we got some designs. So we have buttons and things that we need to style. But I was thinking about this and showed up my recommended channel. So it's an investigate. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. It's your first time here. I don't usually do a lot of block theming stuff. It's more like custom block development, but I'm diving in with the help of Justin. He's gonna show me how to get some stuff done, how to get it done right. Okay, so let's look at what the site looks like right now. Do I need this? I don't need this. I don't need this. So I think we need to look at my navigation's a little bit borked. That's for real. That stuff is a bit messed up. So why is that doing that? That looks weird. Shouldn't that be all headers and everything? Oh, this is the excerpt. So I click on this. There we go. Here we go. Is Justin going to stream? I don't know. Justin, I've been meaning to ask you about that. Also, hi, Kevin. If I mean to ask you, Justin, how, and maybe I'm putting you on the spot live here, but maybe you should come on my next stream and answer all my dumb questions. Maybe you should do that if you're comfortable doing that. That would be awesome. Because otherwise, I have only Kevin to answer questions. Yeah, so you just let me know, Justin, either in the chat or off. Yeah, we said, oh, see, Justin's the best. He's awesome. Because what I would love to figure out is there's a lot of things. So this first draft thing is awesome. Justin has spent a lot of time putting together a lot of things. I've done a lot of themes in my career, like a ton, but not a lot of block themes. I kind of got out of it just before I joined. I turned into a DevRel as opposed to a developer. So it's nice. It's nice to have someone that knows what they're doing to talk me through it. Like there are some things in here that I just fundamentally don't get. And let me just put some of these things away. Like for example, this thing, use root padding aware elements. No idea what that does. Apparently it's a good thing. Stuff like that. I'd love to be able to just pick your brain about it and just go top to bottom. Yeah. One thing I was wondering about, and what, oh, shameless self-plug, Nikki and I will be taking, oh yeah, for sure. Nikki and I will be talking, creating the editor of block themes 2.5 in 2.5 hours. You should definitely check that out. If anyone here, I don't know if Corey's here, anyone that it does agency work or does freelance work or anything where you're building bespoke themes, should check that out because it's all about curation, right? It's all about curating the editor. Skeleton. Yeah, a skeleton. Here's a skeleton here. I'd love to build some block themes, silly ones, just for fun. Yeah, Kevin, do it. Do it, Kevin. If you start streaming, Kev, again, which you should, we should do like a double stream, and we can work on silly themes together. I'm always up for silly themes. Or blocks, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Cool. So anyways, what am I doing here? So I don't know what I need to work on next. Oh, you know what? I want to ask Justin a question. Justin, where are you? Typography. Font families. Font sizes. I want to ask you something about line heights. Where have I taken them out of here? There are some custom line height. Where are the line heights? I gotta find them. There's a whole bunch of clamp settings. I'm like, where are you getting these values from? That's what I don't get. Custom? In here. Yes. Justin. Yeah. So Justin, where are you getting like this? So this is the min value, right? For clamp, this is the max value. No one can see that. So the idea behind clamp and using clamp in this is like so we can have sort of like fluid typography. But Justin, you need to explain to me where you got these middle values. This is gobbledygook to me. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, this is the sort of minimum value, this is the maximum value, and this is sort of the preferred value. That's how I'm kind of reading that. But I need you to understand how that works. Yeah, depths, yep. What the deuce is 100% correct. Is there a generator or something that you use to get these numbers? Because it seems like you just picked really random numbers. So I need you to explain that to me right now. But otherwise, yeah. But this stuff is really cool because fluid typography is amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Oh yeah, fluid typography SAS script that I have to share. Please do. Please do. Use it. Provide these. For adding a padding to left and right for blocks defined with the wide attribute. Phil White. Yeah, clamp. I've been playing around with clamp. I get the idea of it, but I don't do a lot of front end stuff, so I'm just sort of trying to figure it out. Justin, if you could provide that script either offline or whatever, that would be great, because being able to kind of like figure out where these numbers come from would be awesome. Oh, what's this one? Utopia FYI. Now, if I Stefan A. Mate, if I click on this and it's a Rickroll, I don't know what's gonna happen. We're gonna see. Oh, this is nice. What is this? Ooh, hello. So what does this do? This is pretty neat. Fluid space calc. So does this generate? Okay, this is in. Oh, so it does. Okay. Use clamp. Oh, this is really neat. All right, this is a cool resource. I don't know anything about it. I know, Kevin. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'm YOLOing it, man. So if it's like, you know, goatsy or something, well, I apologize in advance. But yeah, this is really neat. This is a cool thing. I've not played around with it, but I'm going to bookmark it, and we'll keep that around for later, so I can check that out. That's really neat. One thing that I was wondering about, Justin. So I like it when. So this is nice. What are we doing here? So if I want to edit, why do I press that button, right? If I want to edit this post, I was not expecting that to be the right the right color. How did they do that? How did this background? Did this just get the background color? Color. Where is that? Typography, custom font sizes. Color. If I change this to red, will this? Yeah. Okay. So that just gets it. Weird. Okay. What I was gonna say was Can you do pretty complicated things? If I guess you can do whatever you want in there, right? If I wanted this is just a variable. Interesting. So that's how you get it in the background. That's very cool. I thought you had to do something different. What I was doing before, what's this? Appreciate having been a default using emphasis for 2 rem 6 visual width. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. What I was going to say was if you ever need to do custom CSS inside of your block theme, like right now there's not really, although I don't know what this is. Oh, line height to font size. This code combines line heights that are set by with its related font size. Oh, interesting. Yan Vallejo, hi, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. I'm a big fan of where's this space scaffold? This is from Justin. This is something that Justin created. It's called First Draft, which is an awesome name. It's right there, Phil. I'd check it out. It's pretty cool, yeah. So I'm going to play around with this, but I feel like it would be a good idea for us to have a build process for our CSS. And the reason being, because what if you want to do stuff, right? Like I want to do stuff. So I don't know, Justin, what's your thought on that? I feel like a scaffold should have some sort of build process, and with we can do it really easy with the scripts package, like really simply. You just gonna, and then by extension with the scripts package, if you want to add blocks, yeah, we can. Let's do that. I'm gonna add that. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add a new file. We're gonna add a package.json, not in caps though. That doesn't need to be in caps. So not yelling. Come on, it's not like I'm Kevin. Right. You know what? I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna do it this way. Is my build right? No. CD themes. What is this thing? First. Titus in Atlantis. We are coding. We are. I'm just gonna do this. Init. Yes. We are building a block theme for developers. That's what we're trying to mess around with a bit. Then you can use those presets in the styles attribute. The CSS preset value should be defined in the settings attributes of the theme.json. Then you can use those presets in the styles attribute. Fedor L destructor. I don't know what context. What are you talking about? Add WordPress scripts and install that. This is not the right license, but whatever. We'll get this all figured out. I am a big advocate for putting everything in theme.json, but there are some things that you can't, or that aren't supported, or if you need to have, custom stuff, you can do that. So I'm going to add a build process, and I'm just going, yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to add a build process eventually. This is taking forever to download. And then, in the meantime, I'm going to add a new file, webpack. Where'd that go? pack.config.js. And then in here, I'm going to do this webpack. And this is going to be, we're going to call this styles. And it's going to, I'm going to put a, not in source. I'm going to do a, is there a style? No, that's, I'm going to do one called CSS. Because source is different and styles are different, CSS is basically just CSS. So we're going to go style, style.scss, because build process supports Sass out of the box. And we're going to do that. So what I'm going to do then is in my webpack, this is going to be called styles, and I'm going to go, I'm going to do the path of, where is this thing? It's going to be in CSS, and it's going to be styles, style.css. I call it styles because that's how I'm going to do it. All right, and if I go npm start, oh, you know why I didn't do that? Because why would it? Because I didn't tell it to. So we got to go WP scripts. I can type it. And go start. And I'm going to do the same thing for build. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that we should just probably put in here. Linting is going to be very important. All that kind of good stuff. And then actually, well, there's a whole bunch of plumbing that I could do on here, that like adding like ESLint and prettier and all that stuff, so it auto formats all our jazz, and putting like a PHPCS XML file, do all that stuff. But I'm not going to probably do that. I don't know, Justin, if that's something you're interested in having in your scaffold or not. But let's just run start. So what this is going to do is it's going to tell me there's nothing in the source directory, which is totally correct. Well, there is, but nothing that it can do anything with. And then styles, and then here we've got, why is this bit not style.js? Interesting. Okay, and then in our CSS, I'm going to take the stuff that's in style. I'm going to pull it out of here, and I'm going to put it in. I'm going to grab that, because we need this style.css for like the header stuff. But what I want to do is I want to do a different file like this, right? And so this should build in our build. Now we should have all that goodness, right? All that stuff. See, hopefully everything still works. And then source, patterns, function helpers, assets, Q scripts, front end only, and Q block specific styles, Q block header assets, this in Q assets. Where's in Q assets? What? Loads the primary. Oh, I see. Get parent theme file URI. What is this? What is this function? I've never even seen this function. File to return the URL in the template directory. So if I should be able to go what, like build style, right? Style.css. Is that right? Is that right? And I just reformatted all your things there. So let's see. Let's jump back over here. I'm gonna just jump to the front end. I'm gonna check the sources. Oh, thanks for the follow. Oh my God, Commander Mitchcraft. Nice. Thanks for the follow, Commander. Welcome aboard, sir. Sources includes content. Sorry, no content. First draft, build. So is there nothing in there? Should be something in there. Isn't it styles? Don't you bring that crap here? It is styles. You're totally right. I'm gonna have to update this as well. So one thing that you can do now is actually, now that we're using the build process, we can change this, because we can actually go into here. We can grab our styles.assets, which is going to basically give us no dependencies, but we can get a version like that. Titus and Atlantis, you did fix my error, and I love you for it. So let me just refresh that, and content, theme, build, styles. There we go. So that should be working. All right. So we've moved that into there. I'm just going to make a little bit of a change here, and I'm going to go and Justin, I don't know if this is my formatting or what, but I'm going to go with this. I'm going to say my assets file, right? File is going to be that's really cool. I'm just going to do this for now. I'll make sure that this exists. Just going to do something. What? Hello? What? There we go. So that looks right. Okay, so that's cool. So then I'm going to go if file exists, assets file, then we're going to wrap this like that and move this over, move this over, move this over. Right, so if it exists, then the assets file, we can just basically, we're going to include it. Oh, no, sorry, assets file path. I'm doing this because I don't want to try to include something that doesn't exist. And then we're going to get rid of that. Then we're going to go assets file, and they're going to say include. Oh my God, there we go. That. Right, and so now assets file will have a version on here. So we should be able to get that out of there. And now our version is not built on build time, it's built on a version number. Not that that really matters, but you'll see this a lot in block development. And then this thing is, we can do that. Wait a minute, get parent theme file path. What is this? Is this a child theme? It is a child theme, isn't it? The template. Is this? No, it's not. Does it default? I don't know this function very well. Let's see. if empty file. Okay. And the parent theme. Will this default to just a regular theme? It looks like it will. It looks like it will. I don't know, whatever. Okay. So we'll load that. Okay. This should work. And we should still work. Content, themes, build. We just got styles. It's all in there. Beauty. Get theme file. Looks in child theme first. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So it looks child theme, and then if it's not there, it just assumes it's the parent sort of thing, you know? Cool. Yes. That makes sense. That's ringing a bell now. God. You know how long it's been? It's embarrassing. Okay, so now we've got a build process. So one awesome thing that we can do with this build process now is if we can just ignore this stuff. We don't need that. It just gets built out because it just gets built out with every entry point. So that's the thing. But one cool thing about this is because we're still doing this, if we decided to put blocks in, you could put a blocks directory inside of this or any directory that contains blocks, and it will build it out. I'm not going to do that because I don't know if we need to bundle any blocks here, but we can definitely still do that. The downside is that we need to change what the blocks directory would be because we are using a folder called source for your PHP. Now, I wouldn't use source personally. I would use includes, but that is a different thing, and there's nothing wrong with Justin is doing. He's better at this than I am anyway, so I'm going to default to him. But if we wanted to say do this, we could go webpack. What is it? Webpack. Oh my God. Webpack. What is it? Source.dir, I think. Let's look it up. It's in scripts, in the scripts package. The reason we're doing this is because we can rename the directory that our blocks are sitting in, and it will work as expected. Oh, Aslam Doctor, just follow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we need to get into the more advanced stuff, which is somewhere down here. Custom directory. So yeah, so okay, so there we go. So webpack source.dir. So scripts by default looks for a source src directory, and it checks in there for any block.json files. If it finds block.json files in there, it will build a block for each one of those things. So if you have a source and you've got block 1 in there and block 1's got a JSON, it'll build a block. It'll build it out, call it block 1, and put it in build. Same, yeah. So what we just need to do is tell it that it's not going to be that one, it's going to be blocks, right? If it exists. And we need to do this as well. So I'm actually curious to see what happens now if we run this and it's just telling you. Okay, so this is just telling me that the directory is not found, which is totally fine. We could add it. I don't know, again, Justin, I don't know if this is something. So we put a blocks directory in here, and then now we should, and then we cancel this. It should run and tell us no entry file. So it's just saying you got nothing in there, but it's not, it's totally fine. It's still building out stuff as expected. So that's how we would do that. We can also put, I'm going to just steal a bunch of this stuff. Where is it? This is what I want. We'll do we'll grab all the linting stuff. And we'll just paste it in here, which is great. It's nice to have all this in place. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, so enough of this. So Justin, does that all make sense what I just did? So one of the cool things that you can do now is you can, if you wanted to have an editor-only style sheet, you could do that. So we can go editor.scss, right? And then I find it's helpful to do what is it like? Wrapper thing that goes in here. There's a class that goes in here. Where is it? It's like, what's it called? What's it called? Post layout. Where the heck is it? this thing. So if you do this, you can add. So if you need to, like, you know, in here, you can do that, and then you can put your styles inside of this. If you need to target specific things, right? Editor styles, right? But yeah. So what this will do is if you want to do something in the editor, sometimes the scoping gets a little bit funky. Now, I know that there was some work around an iframe, and I think you know, so, but this will scope stuff inside of this, right? So then all we have to do is come in here and add another one of these and call it editor. You can call it whatever you want, and we'll go editor.css, SCSS, and then when we restart, we'll restart our build process here, and we should have some more. We should have another CSS file in there. Oh, not there, in here. We have editor, right? And that's the same idea. So there's a add editor styles, right? Add editor style. Where's this being added? Front end and so in here, I think is where we would be adding that. Am I adding that in the right place, Justin? Is that the when you use editor style to add an editor style, automate prefix styles? You will not. Will it really? So I don't have to do any of the stuff that I just did. So I need to do this in here then. I need to go build like that, right? Really? How did I not know that? Justin, you know everything. It's ridiculous how much you know. Content, assets, let's see it, no. Add editor styles. Where's add? Oh. Did it again. Did it again, folks. I did it again. Content. Let's see. It's not. Why is that not? Should be. Yeah. What? It's styles.css in there. Let me just run this again because this is working. Okay. Build styles.css. All right, let's refresh this. Hard refresh this. So can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. So yes, it's not coming in. It's not coming in. CSS blocks. Core image. Am I doing this in the wrong place? Maybe I'm doing this in the wrong place. Editor styles. Is it supposed to be an array? Can you pass it an array of things? Maybe that's what it is. Style sheet. That's an array. Editor style. No, wait a minute. Array string. Okay, yeah. So editor style. Oh, do I just need to call it that? No, but it won't know where to find it, right? Yeah. Oh, what are we doing here? Close all that and then come in and get out of here. Oof, God, what am I doing? Add editor style. Doesn't seem to want to work. Why is that yelling at me? Oh. Oh, it gets put in a style tag? Oh, I hate that. Oh, there it is. So this is it right there. Okay, so it gets inlined. That's really good to know. I didn't realize that it got inlined. I thought it just tried to load it. So if we look in here now, we should have, is it this one? No, one of these has got all that junk in it. There it is. So that's the one that we just built. So it's just prefixing everything inside of that. Okay, Justin, so good at this. You're awesome. So what I just did is not needed anymore. We do not need to do this in any way, shape, or form. We can just add it directly. And so in our CSS, we can go to editor.css delete. And yeah, that's that. So I'm feeling like, I guess a build process is helpful in this case. If you want to reuse code in certain places, but I guess too, the thing is, if you wanted to, yeah, anyways, I mean, so you could use mix-ins to like store common things in there and do all that and then import those, which is pretty neat. Okay, cool. Justin, I'm learning so much from you, my friend. This is amazing. All right, so what are we actually working on today? What am I actually doing? So we've got this thing in there. That's great. We'll do this. That's fine. Get rid of that. Okay. So I want to do a sidebar. That's what I want to do. I want to do a sidebar, and I don't know how. So let's go into the template editor. So I guess all I need to do for a sidebar is add a sidebar to my template. So let's go into, well, I'll go into index. Should we go to index first? Columns block. Yeah, so just like a, what is this? That's yelling at me. All right, so if I come in here, so query loop, header, so I'm just going to insert a columns block. Columns, right? And then where's my columns block? We're going to have, no, it's not what I wanted to do. Oh, that's cool. There we go. We'll do that. And then I'll move the query loop into this column. I didn't do that at all. Where'd it go? Okay, gonna move it. I want the query loop. Hello. There we go. We got that. And then over here, what am I gonna put over here? So let's save this. See what it looks like. View post. That's looking better. Okay, so that's that. What's this doing? Okay, so what are we going to put over here? No, this should be part of. Okay, this is the template. So what should go over? Widgets? I don't even know. Do people even use widgets anymore? They don't use widgets anymore. Let's go recent, latest posts. Right, and insert a header before that. Insert before. That's going to be a heading block. Let's go latest posts. Save. Yes, I'm ready to save. That's looking pretty good. What else? Okay, so developer people, columns block. What do you think we want? What do we want? Like in the side here? Like what would we want to show? Like I think. I don't know, like maybe latest projects, but maybe didn't even need a post type. Like I think it's like at this point, I think Justin's done basically all of the hard work, and I've done none of it. So if we go in here, I'm gonna have to persist this to there. We also need to work on this stuff. This looks pretty weird. What kind of stuff? If you're a developer, I'm trying to think. Like a code block is really good. Which we have, but something better, like Kevin's block, the forget what it's called, Code Block Pro, I think. I don't know. It's called something cool like that though. But yeah, so do that. So let's just do this. So this would be better done as a template part, wouldn't it? I think this should be done as a template part because I want to be able to put it, I don't have to build it out. We need a GitHub activity block. That's a cool one. We do need a GitHub activity block. Are you going to make a dark mode block? Oh, right. Dark mode block, eh? That's a great idea. Because, you know, developers, like 10x developers use dark mode. That's just how it is. Like, you know, does anyone remember that shitstorm tweet? About basically someone put this whole tirade up about like 10x developers and everything they do, and they were just like basically just toxicity, just super toxic, like treat people horrible, work 80 hours a day, don't be nice to anyone. That's a 10x developer. Okay, so let's add so in templates, so in our parts, we're gonna swap out options or something. That's cool. Okay, so in parts, we've got comments, we've got footer, we've got header. I'm gonna add a new file called sidebar.html. So, and then what I'm gonna do is, I'm starting to love this plugin a little bit. Let me just show the create block plugin. Create block theme plugin, I'm sorry, plugins. Do I have it? No, I don't. I'm going to enable it because what I like about it is you have these options, overwrite first draft theme. So what I kind of like doing, I was kind of against it at first because I come from like you type it out and it looks like that on the screen. But what I'm finding is sometimes it's a little bit easier to like get started with the building, and then you get it looking, and then this allows you to actually write back to your template. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if I come into my manage all templates and I go into my not templates, template parts, I should see a let me refresh that, sidebar. I think do I need to add, there's nothing in there, which is to be expected, but down here at the bottom we're going to add another one. We're going to call it sidebar. Just gonna give it a name. So sidebar, and then sidebar, capital sidebar. Like that. So we come in here now. We should see it's capitalized. We should manage all template parts. We got sidebar. So we come in there. We're gonna edit that, and then what it's gonna be a heading block. Oops, heading block. It's gonna be latest posts. And this is going to be the latest. I can type it right. Latest post. Right. I'm going to save this. Yes, I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to come back and manage all templates. I'm going to go back to templates. I'm going to go to my index page. I'm going to edit this in the index page, and then here, the column, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to insert. Should be able to do a template part. I should be able to choose my sidebar, right? And then I can get rid of this. Remove heading, remove latest post, right? Save. This is pretty. I'm assuming this is pretty basic stuff. I don't think I'm wowing anyone with it. But if I am, cool, because I'm wowed. I just yeah. So if I just come back to here, you see we got that. Now the cool thing about this is we can come back now to our manage all templates. We can go to our single, and we can edit the single, and it's quite straightforward. What's all this? So we want to add a columns block. Somewhere we're gonna add a columns block. Columns block. I'm not a fan of what is going on here. See, they added 2 columns blocks. Okay, we're gonna go 60-30 thing, and I'm gonna put this group in there, and then in here I'm going to insert a template. That's not working. Here I'm gonna insert a template, template part, and I'm gonna choose my sidebar. I'm gonna save that. What is this? Where did that come from? What is that? Because that's pretty cool. All right, I don't need that. I don't know how it got in there. Did I insert that, Justin? Or did you insert that? Oh yeah, well that'll do it. That'll do it. Can I get that in there and not have it? Oh, that's annoying. That was already in there. I didn't even notice that stuff. That is really cool. My favorite. Oh, Death Dealer DOA. My favorite viewer person. Been the best name. Like not at all scary. Here we go. So we got this going on. This is pretty cool. I like this. We got a little GitHub thing. Although we got to figure out the colors here. I think that's fine. We'll get that working. So this is getting pretty close. Yeah. So we just got to come back and do this for the next one now. So for page, I'm gonna add the page. Come back in here. I'm gonna add a columns block. Can I do this? And then go. I don't want to add it to group though. I want to add it just somewhere in here. I don't like how this works. Columns with an L. Columns. You got to click out of here. You got to come up here. Then I got to add my columns like that. Columns. I'm doing this on purpose. I know it's not right. It's just not going where I want to go. There we go. So the group, and then the group's got to go inside the column. Inside the column, and in this column, I need to insert my template. Template part. I'm going to choose my template part. It's going to be existing. I'm going to hit save. And things are dinging. And then oh, that was a page. So how many pages on the site? Let's look. I don't know. I don't know. What I got? Pages, all pages. Yeah, we got this new page. So, oh, did I not save it? No, I didn't save it. Why did that want to update my sidebar? There we go. Cool. All right, so this is all nice and good and all done. So now that I've done all this junk, I want to commit it, because if we manage our templates, we can see that there's this little thing here. Now it used to be a blue icon up there, and I don't know when they changed that, but this says customized, meaning so behind the scenes you have your template file that's defined in here. You have templates that are defined in here. I'm going to zoom that in. Sorry. So for example, our header. Our index looks like this. So this gets pulled in, whatever. And then what we're doing is when we customize it, when we go into the editor here and start poking around and making changes, when we hit save, it actually overwrites that. So one of the really awesome things that this create block does is it allows you to overwrite the files with your changes. So this should, when I hit this button, this should get everything up to date in templates. It should be using my like right now, if we look at this, you can kind of see what's going on. So we have a template part called header that's getting pulled in. We have a template part called footer that's getting pulled in, and then we basically just have the rest of the content, right? But what should happen is when I hit that save button, this will get overwritten, and it'll pull another template part in. It'll pull the columns stuff in, and it should just put it all where it needs to be. So I'm going to go ahead and do that like this. Let's see what happened. Yeah, did it work? Yeah, so look, we've got a column block in here now at 33 1/3. We got column at 66.6. Oh, that good stuff. Kevin, who's yelling Kevin? Terrence is here, everyone. It's not Terrence, but that's what I'm calling. And so now we've got all this stuff that's been updated, and same with our parts. If we go into the sidebar, if you remember, I created a sidebar that had basically nothing in it. So this has been overwritten now. So now if we come back to our templates, where are my templates? If I go back to my templates now and go manage all templates, you can see, if I refresh this, it now does not say customized, because this means it's been cleared out of the database and written to the file. So that's the grid. So that's, I love calling you Terrence. I don't know why. I just think it's funny, because I don't know. I kept getting your name wrong when you first started showing up. It's Taylor with an A, everyone. Right? No, it's not. See? Taylor? Crap, I don't even know anymore. I'm so sorry. It is Taylor, isn't it? I will not fix anything. I can't fix it. Listen, people are on it. People are fixing it. And the problem is it's some kind of security issue. That's correct. Taylor with an A. I knew it. I knew it. I like calling you Terrence because it's funny. And I think you can take it. I think you're a strong-willed individual who doesn't, scare easy. I don't even know what I'm saying. But Taylor. You're going to WordCamp Europe, right, Taylor? Is anyone going to WordCamp Europe? Just put a thumbs up in the chat if you're going to WordCamp Europe, and we're gonna hook up. We're gonna hook up. We're not gonna hook up. We're gonna have a drink, hang out, whatever. We're certainly not hooking up. So get that out of your head. Miguel. I'm not saying that right, but if you're gonna be there, I will definitely see you. Definitely hang out. That'll be good times. I might even have a t-shirt for certain folks. I wrote a small script to create dynamic URLs like to redirect to the latest post. Yes, I'm going to start. Cool. Well, that's awesome. I want to make some What the Deuce t-shirts and hand them out. I got to do that. I have a Calendly link, but I don't have it set up yet for the thing. But you can definitely find me. I will set one up. I meant to do it today, and I will definitely. Well, will I have it in next week? What's next week? Get my personal calendar off the thing here. Yes, I will have it set up for next week's stream, which will be my last one before the thing. We get a volunteer. Okay, nice, great. Well, I'm definitely going to set up a Calendly. I have one. Yeah, I'm going to set up sometimes. I keep saying that. I'm going to tweet it and I'll put it into the stream next week. And if you're available, hang out. Are we going to go to a rave when in Athens? Are we going to go to a rave? I don't know if I'm going to go to a rave. But I will definitely hang out. I think I'm going to, there's a couple of sort of parties that have been planned. I've signed up to go to the Yoast one, which is on the 9th, which would be great. I don't go anywhere without glow sticks, Cav, ever. Yeah, I'm going to go to that one on the 9th. And then there's apparently a WP Engine one that I'm going to be hanging out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I'm an old man. I don't do raves anymore. Or ever. Because I can't get up in the morning. Plus, ask Kev about our exploits in Thailand. I had to buy shoes to go into a bar that he took me to. Because I was wearing sandals, which apparently is a no-no. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, cool. Enough of these shenanigans, but I'm looking forward to seeing you all in person, meeting you all, hanging out. And if you're going to WordCamp Europe, come to Contributor Day, because we'll be just writing codes all day. That'll be fun. If you haven't signed up, you got to go sign up right now. Right this minute. Okay, cool. Anyway, so now that I've got all that stuff kind of committed to our theme, yeah, that's kind of it. So dark mode block. A dark mode block. So should we add? Boo, no slots talk. Well, I can talk to you about slots if you want. If that's what you want to talk, on my Calendly link, you can set up a 30-minute one-on-one with me, and we'll just talk slots the whole time if you want. If that's what you want to do. I am totally fine doing that. Dark mode. Is there a slot on the inserter button? Which inserter button? Like, sorry, stand by. Like up here? Like this, that button? Or a way to customize that? Or the plus? No, there is not. Now, in the page, like here? Oh, in here. Like, so if you didn't have top toolbar, is that what you're talking about? Like this? No, in the editor. I'm in the editor. What are you talking about, Kev? Oh, like the site editor? No, there is not. I don't think that's customizable. Now, I might be, oh, you're a delay. Now, so hold on now. There is not a slot there, but I think there is a default render appender. So this thing down here is not the same as this. This is a button. Now you could now if I think, let me think this through. I'm pretty sure that this thing is defined by I think there might be some settings. You might be able to do that. You might be able to do the wp.data.select. Was it editor? Core. Maybe block editor maybe. Get settings. Get settings. Oops. I think there's a way that you could possibly do it, but it's in the weeds, that's for sure. Because so, and I don't even know if it's. Can anyone see that? I'm gonna zoom in. So there's. It's probably not a good idea if everyone could add something. No, and there's been a lot of talk recently about extensibility. There's a lot of people are, since Gutenberg came with WordPress 5, it was like we went from like having filters and hooks everywhere, but like filters and actions everywhere to being able to basically customize everything to having 9 spots. That's all we have. I think there's maybe 10 now, and like there's like 8 in the block editor and 2 in the site editor. But what you want to look at is you want to look into like default render appender. I think render appender. You're gonna want to do that. Block library. So where would I see this? Oh, no. Block editor, what's this? Okay. So you might, that's inner blocks, no. Block list, index, experimental, what is this? There's some places where you might get some information. You might be able to customize stuff. You have to go into like, you might have to find the settings for the block editor itself. Like the defaults maybe is what we're looking for here. So there's some default settings. You may not be able to get at it is what I'm getting at, but you might. So you may want to just go and poke around in there, because basically that little thing in the block editor. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the weeds here, but like if we do render. What is it? Appender. It's not even showing up in here, so I may not even be in the right place. But I seem to remember at some point in my travels through the source code that there is a way to identify, like you can identify what the default block is. Like so. What is it like? Default block, right? You can figure that out, and what was that? Default block appender. What is this thing? I think that. So this is the default. So okay. Well, there's different types. Anyways, I'm in the weeds, but there was a way to define. I found out block variations the other day. Block variations can use other blocks. They sure can, but block variations are just variations of those blocks. Kev, I think you might be able to do it, but I think you might be really in the weeds. I don't know if there's filters. There are some block editor filters. Actually, Nick Diego just posted something on the developer blog, which you should check out. There's client-side filters. There's this thing. This is a really good one where you can probably see some things that you can mess around with in there. But I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, we can definitely talk about it. So what was it? I found Terrence said, I found out block variations the other day. Yeah, block variations are very cool. I have an entire plugin that's built around a block variation. The advanced query loop block that I built is a variation of the query loop. So it's very helpful. Like if you want to have an image block that does something extra, you can just use the image block, right? All right, Kev. See you later, man. Thanks for coming. That's for you, Kev. Yeah, cool. So what was I? Yeah. So what we were talking about? Oh, I totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the dark mode block. So what? Well, dark mode doesn't really make any sense with what I'm doing here. Can I get your opinion on this redesign? I'm not clicking that. That is a 100% a Rickroll. I'm not clicking that, Terrence. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's a YouTube video. What kind of redesign? It's genuinely not. Oh, right. I pick your promise. If I click on this and it's inappropriate or something, you're not getting a t-shirt. WordPress job board. That's a YouTube video. What are you talking about?
We're going to take this job board and turn it into something much more modern and easy to use in the next 10 minutes. But why this job board? There's so many job boards.
Is this you?
Why use this one in particular all the time? And it does
Who is this?
Have the most design problems. UIs that
I'm not watching this video. Right. Is that you? Someone else who does redesigns. Yeah, I'll take a look. I mean, I have little to no say on that, but it would be definitely cool. I mean, this is all open source, right? WordPress is all open source, so people are interested in trying to push this forward. They absolutely can. Cool. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that video. Thanks for sharing that video. I'll watch it offline there. But okay, so what are we doing now? What are we doing, folks? I need some inspiration. Justin, what do you think we should do? You can skip to the end to see the finish. Oh, you gonna make me do that? I'll skip to the end.
We're gonna take this. Have a great week.
Well, that was nice.
The next one. We've achieved the impossible. Something sexy, if I do.
Oh,
which can be
that's pretty cool.
As this interface is actually
looks nice.
The navigation bar is rightly subdued. The interactive components are prominent and visible.
Very
the
cool.
Information hierarchy is
I think it looks great. I think it looks great. But we're working on other things, so let's work on some other things. Okay, so let's look. Where am I here? I'm going to view this page. So we get back to here. So this is this stuff. So if I wanted to have, okay, so we got latest posts. We're gonna have like a GitHub thing. Didn't we build one? Hold on, I thought I built one at some point. Let me do like a GitHub contributor props. What's this? What's the contributor props doing here? Per page, yeah. So we could do that. So this is interesting. I could take this contributor props and add it to my theme. Oh, I have this command for that. There you go. That's for this repo. I don't know if the theme is going to be in there or not, but the repo that I'm working off of is Justin's, and I've linked it a couple times in chat. So if anyone's in chat, they can hang out. So you think we should add this contributor props, but make it a little bit more like I wonder if we can get like well, that's a lot of commits. Do we have to like sign in to GitHub or anything? Let's see. So we're gonna add query. Oh, that's it. Okay, so we're gonna add the query args. So I guess I'm not sure what makes the most sense here. We could me try to do. Well, Justin had a really cool idea of having a block that is all about like showing GitHub activity, which would be super neat. So we can add that block to this theme, and then it'll be bundled with the theme, making a dynamic block and all that fun stuff. So what if I want to like GitHub API documentation? Let's just see. So I should be able to just get some stuff out of here, right? Like if I want to go activity, what do I want to do? Commits. So if I want to get the commits for a user, can I do that? Goes out for list commits. So we need the owner and we need the repo. That's what we're gonna need. So okay, so we need to pass the owner the repo. All right. Should I do this? This is what I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. Okay, so this is a fun thing. What's that? And what is this? Who did this? Hey, yeah. He's awesome. I don't even know what that wasn't even like English. So what does this do? GitHub repo. You put a repo in there, and then what does it show you? The information. What does this thing do? Oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have it hit specific repos. So you could put a repo in, and then it'll show you the commits that you've done for that repo. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to do that right now. I'm going to work on that. So one fun thing that we can do here is I'm going to add this to the first draft. So I'm going to CD. Is there a way to show all plugins that have blocks? Where? npx create block. This is going to be namespace is going to be, what do we call this thing? First draft. And this is going to be you should be like in the plugin, like if you search in the plugins, I think you can enable block enabled plugins, so you can do that. So this will show you plugins. This is the URL. This is plugins that have the block, right? Sorry, that should show you. That's all the plugins that have blocks enabled according to the block directory or the plugin directory. Okay, cool. So we're gonna call this GitHub activity. Okay, and I'm gonna make it dynamic. Can you search within that URL? I don't know. Maybe, just maybe, hit that URL, and I don't know if this is gonna show up. It might not. So you can go advanced. Query loop. So this is just doing a search. I think there are probably some things that don't have blocks in here, but I don't know. Is there a... yeah, I don't know. Maybe that might be a nice little thing to... Oh, and this is a blatant... Oh God, what have I done? This is a blatant plug for my query loop block, which I'm going to drop in here. Boom. Yeah, look at that. One review, 5 stars. There we go. Sweet. Okay, anyways, enough of this shenanigans. Okay, so now what I've done is I have a blocks in here and I've got GitHub activity. So if I come back here now and I come back out to the root of my, and I go npm start. So because we have that build process in place now I can add blocks, no problem. And then in my build, you can see I've got GitHub activity. Done, right? So now all we have to do is just include the blocks that we need to include. So theme, what is this? Bootstrap the theme. Where's the theme function? Requirements. My support for that plugin sucks. Yeah, I've kind of I've kind of fallen off on it a little bit. I gotta get back in there. Do some things. Quit sidetracking me. Yeah. So I guess in source, we're gonna need to add a new file in here. We'll call it blocks just to follow the what we got up here. So I'm gonna do this. Drop this in here. Blocks. Bollocks. Not really what I want there. And I think how are we doing this, Justin? Oh, it's a class, and then just we have a boot function. Okay. Oh God, what have I done? Where'd that come from? Oh my Lord. Get out of here. So we're gonna go class blocks. All right, and then what is there a particular way that you, so you're queuing that theme. So where's this theme thing go? Binding. Oh, I see. Okay. So I'm gonna have to add blocks in here. New blocks, and then, right? Is that all I have to do? I think I have to blocks. And then Justin, am I safe in assuming that I need to have a boot function inside the class, and that's where things get called? I'm assuming that's what I have to do. So we'll do boot. All right, and then in my block, yeah, add a boot function. Okay, cool. Build. So nope. Where am I? Blocks, not there. I can't. This is embarrassing, but I cannot remember. There we go. So I need to add the action. Okay, so add actions. That's on the init action. Okay, so in blocks, I need to go init, boom, and I need to go this register blocks, and then here I'm gonna go public function. Oh my god, type register blocks. Like that, like this, and go register block type, and then I need the path to the thing. So it is a directory though, right? So, oh, that's right. Get parent, right? So I gotta go get parent theme path. I gotta go, it's in build, and then it'll be GitHub activity. GitHub activity. So does this, do I have to have an actual path? Like, I'm gonna probably have to do this, right? Block.json to get that to work. I'm assuming that's what I'm gonna have to do. Register block type. So this is the path to the block.json file. That should be all I need. And let's see what happens. With a little luck, I've ruined everything. I'm gonna, what do we got here? Okay, just whatever. This is not a new way. Nope. Taylor, this is not a new way of registering blocks. Registering blocks has always been done the same way. We're just doing this inside of a scaffolding now. So it's just a little bit different. And this is called what? GitHub. There it is. There's the block. Okay. So that's good. So I have that. So now we can start actually working on this. This is just how the scaffolding is set up. It does look for it by default. Titus and Atlantis, you are 100% correct. If I were to do something like this, register block type, and I just pass just like, let's just say, for example, that I just go like that, it will look inside of this. You're 100% right. It register block type will say that's a directory. I'm going to look inside of that, right? So that's, oh yes, it's new for me on the stream because we're working with Justin's thing. My question was, if I take this off, I wonder if it will still work. Because I'm looking for a theme file path, I'm wondering if this function requires an actual full result path. That's why I'm doing that. So let me just check. So if it doesn't work, we should get a, well, looks like it worked. So maybe we don't need that. That's cool. So this is the same thing. So this is going to be the directory where the block.json exists. So you're totally right. And did this work? It did work. Awesome. Okay. So what are we going to do now? Okay. So now I'm going to just close a bunch of this stuff. We're going to work on this GitHub activity block. So the block's going to need some attributes. It's going to need username. This is going to be type. It's going to type. And it's going to be string, right? It's going to need, basically it's going to need what this stuff is looking for. Where'd that go? Right here. Owner, repo, commits. Pretty much that's what we're going to need. I can basically steal a majority of the code probably from the contributor in here. So you can see I'm making some calls like this. This looks different than the last time I just saw it. What am I doing here? Not blocked. Edit, constants, commits, index, save. We go edit. So we're going to be hitting some of this stuff. This looks completely different than what contributor props, right? Isn't it the one in here? Oh, because that's PHP. Duh. Okay, so I need username, and we're gonna need okay, yeah. So to do this, so what we're hitting is basically this URL. So we're gonna need the organization, the what you call it, repo name, and oh yeah, Miguel, thanks for hanging out. I'm looking forward to meeting you as well in Athens, and you're welcome to come back anytime. So we need these two things, right? We need to have the organization, we need to have the repo name, and we need to have a username. So we're going to add those to our block, which is right here. I'm just going to be doing this because you're all going to be strings. This is going to be organization. This is going to be repo. So with those three things, we should be able to set up a call to that particular thing. Yeah, thing. That's the word. It's a thing. So in here, I'm going to get rid of all this junk because I hate all this. And this is going to be WordPress dependencies. We're going to need, what are we going to need? Inspector controls. Is that in here? Inspector controls. Because I want to put, what? I don't know what we're doing there yet. So I'm just going to make this a div. Make this a div, and then we're going to put our inspector controls right there. Our inspector controls are going to be where we put the this is going to be the settings. Reason being, I don't think it makes any sense to have the settings in. I could be easily convinced otherwise. I'm going to move this to the top so I can see this. I'm going to read the page all the time. I think this doesn't make any sense to have the settings in here. I mean, we could do it that way. You could do like a placeholder and you put in the things and then it converts and you see it. But I think I'm just going to put it in the sidebar for now. So from components, I need to import. We're going to go with the panel body. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. This is not. This is what I need. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put this inside of here. Right. And then we're going to move this up in there. And then this should format. This is redunculous. I don't need that. Initial open is true, and then children. And we'll get rid of all this stuff. This is just boilerplate. So we come over here. Okay, we got the panel title. Oh, who's that? Oh, Minecraft old 12345. Well, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. This is going to be, actually what we're going to do is, we'll do that, but we're going to go, going to wrap this in our GitHub settings, right? And then GitHub activity, is that the name of our, let's look. For namespace. Do we have a namespace in there? Yeah, well, we'll call it that. Okay, cool. So this is going to be that. It's what? I don't know what icons we have. Do we have GitHub? GitHub? Is that actually a thing? I don't think it's actually a thing. No, it's not. GitHub settings hello. Okay, so in there, initial open true opened. That, and this icon's not correct. I'll have to get a different, I have to put a GitHub icon-aroo in there. There we go, GitHub settings. So in here, we're gonna do some input, some text controls from components. We're gonna go text control. I have a really annoying add-on that removes imports for whatever. This is not right. So we're gonna go GitHub. It's not gonna be totally right, but hello? What have I done? Why is it breaking? Removing, yeah, it removes unused imports, which is nice, but if you do something like this, if I go like button, right, and then I hit save, it removes it. Which is nice, but it's also not nice. I wonder if I do this. So if I go WP components button, right, and I save that, see, it doesn't, what I want to have happen is I want to be able to just do an import there and have it move up to where it needs to go. That would be cool. But let's go use select from, what is it, data? So that moves it up. Did it? No, it just deleted it because I wasn't using it. So that's annoying. Yeah, so I need to get rid of that. Drive me bonkers. Okay, so in here I need to get my attributes. Oops. I need to get my attributes and then set attributes. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And there's not 3 T's in attributes. Const. There you go. GitHub username, not token. What are they called? Username organization repo. Username organization, and then repo. So this is going to be username, and going to be values, going to be, you guessed it, username, and then on change is going to be this set attributes, oops, object user name. It's going to be a new username, and that comes from, that gets passed to here, right? So why, I don't know why this is yelling at me. There we go. So we got username. My username is Ryan Welcher, isn't it? What is my username? I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. Ryan Welcher. That's my username. Okay. So I'm gonna put, yeah. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Huh? What? Huh? There? Okay. So we got my username. Save. Update that. Username. GitHub repository. No, sorry. So this is going to be GitHub, or this is organization. Organization. And this will be repository. And I need to do this properly. Oh my God, repository. Yeah, I saw one somewhere. I was working somewhere. I can't remember where it was. Well, I was working at 10up, and there was a thing that they had where if you put an import in, it moved it to the top and reorganized it. I cannot figure out if it's prettier or ESLint or what it is, But that would be super, super awesome. And it would make my life so much easier. So much easier. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do that. And I'm just gonna do that. Okay. So a lot of this stuff is just boilerplate. I'm gonna just add this, and it's gonna be organization, new org. So I'm gonna type out organization. That'll be that. And then I can grab this stuff again. Oops. So if anyone like Kev, who knows everything about JavaScript, if anyone knows about that, a place to find that would be great, because it would make my life a lot easier. Okay, so now we've got these things. So this should set all my stuff, right? So we should have organization is going to be WordPress, because I'm going to go for the Gutenberg, right? So the ChatGPT, but I want that too. ChatGPT. All right, so we need Gutenberg. Okay, so organization is count. Okay, so we're gonna go. Where to go? WordPress. Repository is Gutenberg. I'm gonna save that. So what needs to show in here then, I guess, is we're gonna do a little request-a-roo there, friends. And I'm gonna do it from. I'm gonna just steal what I got in my edit here. So what do I have in my edit? Let's see. I think I have a use effect. Commit count max. I'm gonna steal this use effect just for now. I'm gonna pop it in right here, and I need to import use effect from. Where am I importing use effect from? Yeah. Am I have state in there? I don't think I'm using state, but that's fine. Okay. So I don't care about any of this stored this stuff. Right now, stored data, it's not a storage key. Where's storage key? Oh, I have all this stuff. Do I need this? Maybe I need this. Sure. Let's just put this in here for now. I'm not gonna export any of that, but let's do this for now. Commit count min, commit count max. So we'll just store this. Commit author username. So it's username, commit max, and then okay. Hold on. Where is set props? No, not that one. Set props. I'm probably doing I'm using use state. Okay, so I'm gonna have that. Right, so I need use state from element. Okay, so what we're doing here, oh God, not that button, this button. What we're doing here is I've stolen some code. There's a bit of extra stuff going on in here, but this is basically going to look for stored data. And I'm going to need to change this. So it's going to be, let's say, we're going to go org, organization, repo, like that. Why is it looking like that? Because it needs to go on the outside, not the inside. So what I want to do is I'm just going to use some stored. It's done that in prettier. That needs to be set in the default format with the prettier RC file. Add these two lines. Oh my God, really? Well, that import order separation true. Cool. I will have to check that out. I will definitely check that out. All right. So the idea that I'm going to do here is I'm going to use I'm going to store the results in this key. So it's going to be storage key. I don't necessarily need that. I think storage key doesn't matter because it's going to be based on my username, the organization, and the repo. So those are three pretty things. So I'm going to set that in my session storage, and then if it's there, I'm going to do this. If it's not there, it's going to make this query, and that's going to be. I'm going to have to do this. So it's going to be organization. It's going to be repo, and it's going to get me all the commits for my author name, and just do a thing. Now what am I doing with this now? So if I go console.log What am I setting? Props? Props. I'm just gonna console log that for now. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't know. We're gonna see right now in my console. In my console. I don't know. That's weird. Okay, so I got array of 12 things. So here we go. So here are my commits. To repos. Commit comments URL. Commit author committer. So that's the commit. So there's some information for the quit. Is there? It's pretty cool. So you got the author. So we don't really care about the author so much, right? My repos, subscription layers. So that's what we need. That's all we need. So we have the okay, committer, GitHub, no message, streamline the checklist. Is that my last commit? Okay, so we have the message, and then we could have a link. The URL's right there, right? Can we get? Whenever we can get access to the pull request, that would be super cool. But I don't know if we can. So let's grab this and see what this looks like. At the very least, do this. Oh God, what? No. That's not what I want. Not what I want. Stand by. Where am I? I just want I don't want that. I want like the actual. Commit. That's the API. I don't think I want that. Oh, this is what I want. HTML URL. I think that'll take me to this. What the deuce is correct. Take that to the commit. Streamlining the checklist. So that'll take you to the commit. So that's kind of cool. I think Kev, you're still here. I thought you had a meeting. Get out of here, man. All right. So what I can do then is I can go like this. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna say I'm gonna go like this. I go props, props, and props length. Right? No, this is what I want. Props and PHP's. So props and props length greater than 0. I should be able to do that, right? And I should be able to just output this. Something like that. Why is it yelling at me? Can I just do it that way? Props length, and this is going to be hi. This is going to be UL. That I'm going with that spelling. Poppers. What is this? I don't know why that spacing is doing that. Weird. Okay. Storage key is not defined. Oh, that's right, because I don't need storage key. What I need to do is make that a constant. So I got to go in there. That's what I need to do. So let's refresh that. Okay, so we've got 12 things. Great, awesome. All right, so I should be able to go. Do it like this. I go props.map. I don't know if that's gonna work. Here we go. All right, so that's what we want. That's a lot. That's a lot. So let's see. In here we got commit, we got message. I guess the message could be kind of. And then we'll wrap it in the URL. No, not the URL, the HTML URL. So we'll go, right, we'll go ahref equals, this is kind of silly because we're not going to actually do this here, but we'll just pretend it's a link, just for the sake of it looking like a link. Oh, why? Get out of here, you bastard. Why'd that fail? Oh, it looks fine. Yeah, so we got this link here now. Cool. So we can do that. Maybe we can put that in the sidebar. Yeah. And it was only 30 minutes. Surprised you're still on. Oh, it's 12 o'clock, man. Or 12 my time, anyways. So while you were away, we decided that we were going to build a GitHub activity block, which is a bit silly, a bit ridiculous. So yeah. So the other thing then we probably want to do is you should trim the messages to max characters. Don't you tell me my business. What I'd like to have is a link to the like co-authored by. There's a lot going on in here. I need to dig into the API a little bit more and see what I can actually pull out of it that's a little bit easier to work with. Right now we've got all these things. So each commit. So we've got the message, the tree, the URL, committer, no, comment count, author. I wish we could just get like the PR or whatever that's assigned to it. I don't know how we could do that. Maybe there's a way. Maybe there's a way of doing that. You can use it to GitHub API. What? You can style the block with images too to make it look pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna. That's actually what I'll do next, Justin. I'm gonna calling it soon, but that's a really great idea. I'd like to add some specific styles to this. I wonder, like, if I have the committer noted parents. What's in the parents? These are all. Where did that go? So commit. So is there a pull request? Can I get pull request information? Pulls. Let's look. You know, it might be nice to get pull requests. You think it makes sense better, maybe more to get pull requests? Because then you can get status. Let me see. Let me see what this does. So instead of doing commits, let's try pulls, right? And then we'll see what comes in. Because that feels like to me like pull requests might be a little bit more, might kind of show us a little bit more, right? There. Whoa. What? No. Is that the same thing? So what is this? This is exactly the same thing. What's not working here? Shouldn't it be getting pulled instead? What? Oh. I need to, I can tell you why it's happening right now. Session storage. I need to delete the session storage because it's pulling in the session storage. Okay, so there's an error. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. So labels, not labels. Pull requests. Assignees, base, label, body, close that. How is there no title? But how am I connected to that? That's weird. I don't know how I'd be connected to this one. I didn't do anything. Yeah, CI runs would be cool. For sure. So I don't know how do I need to pass certain things? So is this just getting, hold on. Maybe I'm not hitting the API correctly. Where is this stinking API? Okay. Owner, repos, pull. So that's all of the pulls. So can I go for author? Directions per page. I can't get the authors of a pull request. That's annoying. Can I? How do I do that? Sort. Base per page. Doesn't seem to be helpful. Issues. What can I get for issues? About. Oh yeah, I am so excited about the interactivity API. I'm going to be absolutely exploring that. I am in the weeds with it right now, building out something that I'm going to be playing around with. Yeah, it's a little bit, it's still very much a work in progress, but there's some cool stuff that has just gone into, the latest Gutenberg release. Interactivity API is going to be super cool. Yes, it is a dynamic block. Search. Oh, the search endpoint, is that what I need? So where's the search? This is the search endpoint. So search commits, search issues and pull requests. Maybe that's just all we need. Maybe that's all we need. And then I pass, is there an author? Query sort, what are you passing? Q state open author. Issues. Type. Yeah, it's very new. The interactivity API. It's going to make block development so slick, even more slick. All right, so let's look at that. Search Q state author. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to see what I can grab out of here. So this is going to be completely different. I'm just going to, okay, so this is not going to be a thing I need to worry about. So it's going to be A and it's going to be issues. Well, how do you search on the, I want to search on a specific, oh, it's based on user. Right? Yeah, the interactivity API. There is some. Yes, thanks, Justin. Thank you for linking that. I was just trying to figure out where I could link that. So, issues and pull requests. So maybe I think that this is probably great. So we're just gonna grab that like this and just replace that URL entirely with that. Search issue state author is going to be can I do issues and pull requests at the same time? That's the question. Where is that? Where is my there? So you can't. Can you actually get? So okay, whatever. I'm just gonna do search issues, and then the author is gonna be. This is the author. Where's the author? It's the username. I think that's it. I'm gonna get rid of that type. Let's just see what this. Let's see what this brings back. Ah. Oh, come on. That's not unexpected. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna keep caching the thing. 1 sec. I need to just get rid of this. Total count, incomplete results, items. So these are the issues. They're assigned to me. Cool. So that will be show. Okay, the items. Go. Is there where's the title? Okay. What's the wrong repo though? So I think I need to be able to put it into a specific repo. That's kind of neat. I mean, I can definitely get the issues that are assigned to me. I can get my pull requests, I think. So anyways, this is just farting around with the API, but so I think being able to show like all the issues for a particular repo would be very cool. So I just need to know how to do that. So if I go a repo, can you do it by repo? I don't know. Let's look. Search list of qualifiers. Type issue is PR. Oh, who's that? Gus12 Fur. Thanks for the follow, my friend. Very cool. Org username. Okay. Well, user org repo. So org. Okay, I'll do that. So I should be able to go. Org is going to be. I hope that'll do it. And then repo name. I don't know what the per page is. We're just going to get rid of that for now. I think this will work. Let's see. I don't know. What do I know? Oh, this thing again. I gotta get rid of that. Okay, let's see. Console undefined. Ooh, 22 items. Let's see. These should be all. Those are learned though. Fine for the user, but what I want to be able to limit this. So Q is state. Maybe I have to do that. Like I feel like that's. Does this not work? Okay. Author. You do like. What do you do? Like author colon like this, Ryan? Not sure. Yeah, okay, and then I can go plus repo, this would be Gutenberg. Verification failed. Maybe that's the thing, okay. That's weird. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know. I gotta figure that out. That's a bit messed up. Anyways, okay, cool. Well, I'm just kind of like randomly breaking things now. So, okay, I think we're in a good spot. I really like the block that we've kind of got put together here, wherever that is. And then, yeah, there it is. So just gonna finalize that a little bit. What's this? Per page, author, my username. Yeah, but what if I don't want to show all of the issues that I've created all across GitHub? Like, you know, there might be things that I don't want to put on here. Maybe the side projects or something. I don't know. Like, I want to be able to control the what gets shown. So like I could do like you know, well, I mean, I can do all my pull requests. I can do all my whatever. So maybe that's what we do. I don't know. Like this will show me, this should show me all my stuff, but there's things on here that I don't really want to, I don't necessarily want to show off, right? Like these are, wait a minute. Yeah, see, like this is on like the Gutenberg examples repo, which is totally fine. It just makes it a little bit more difficult. So if I go, what do I go? Repo, I say Gutenberg. Probably gonna yell at me here. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I mean, that's still pretty cool though. So it's just partnering with the API. Yeah, thanks for this, Ryan. Looking forward to doing this when you can commit that in. Oh yeah, I will probably commit it in. What is this? Oh, I've got an upstream for this. Somewhere. Where did I forked this? Let me just get that, and I will. That's not it. Let me go to my repositories. First, where's it? First draft. This is my fork of what Justin has going on. So you can the full repo part. Let's try that. Okay. So repo is going to be, repo will be, what is it? WordPress / Gutenberg. If this works, then that's awesome. I think that worked. I think that worked. Fantastic. You're an amazing individual. So I need to change this for repo. It's going to be like this. So get rid of org. Right. So repo is going to be organization. I think it's what slash. How do I do that? / backslash like that. Get rid of that. So this is my username. Okay. So what did I do? Issues. Type. So let me look here. So this is going to be search. Right. Issues. And then I gotta go type is gonna be PR. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, oh crap, man. Get rid of this junk, okay. You're right. I just want to get it working, and then I'll get it like properly. So I've only got 5 issues. Seems incorrect. There's a per page thing in there. Yeah, per page. Per page. doesn't, it's not, I'm gonna, yeah, whatever, this is fine. And then, so we're gonna clear this, we're gonna refresh this. It should get way more than that. 5 issues that are open. I don't know, guess we'll see. Are these issues that I've created? They must be issues that I've created. Let's go title, where's that title? Yeah. Oh no, are these, I only have 5 PRs? That can't be right. Can't be right. State is open. Wait, what else you got in there in that URL? I'm gonna get rid of this. That. And then we'll check that. Nothing more fun than just like messing around with API calls, right? Query your state status open. I got 70 here now. That makes a bit more sense. See what the status is. State is closed. Right. State is going to be, say, open. Oops. That. Oh, I gotta get out of here in a minute. It's only 5. Maybe that's all I have right now. Maybe that's all I have right now. Can I go like this or issue? Can I do that? I thought I'd seen that before. 24-hour stream. Yes. I'm 20 minutes over how long I normally stream, Kev. Get off my back. Okay, so this has got, I've got issues in here now, I guess, but it's weird. Oh, these are, okay, I think I know why. I think because it's based on whoever created it, not necessarily the, maybe it's a assignee I need. Maybe instead of author, it's assigned. That a thing? That looks like there's a lot more. I'm gonna put this in author assignee because repo, like issues especially, can obviously not. I don't have to create the issue to have it assigned to me, right? 32. That looks a little bit better. And state is open. Score, title, documentation. Yeah. This is it. Okay. So that's this is giving me all the PRs, right? All the PRs and all the issues that are yeah, we got the, yeah, thanks Terrence, you're the best. So this is showing all that stuff. So I need to actually get into here, and it's like total count, and I gotta go items. I gotta go like this. What is it? Where am I now? Oh, I got data.items. Right? Yeah, mission accomplished. You know it. So let's look. I get a application, get rid of that. Push this. So I should have. Why are you being like that? Oh, that's why. Because this has got as a items. I mean, I could probably do it this way. Rid of that. Console. Application. That's all my items. Okay, and then I just have to come in here and map those items. Props.map. And that didn't work. Okay, so what do I got? I gotta look at what I need. I gotta look at the things I need. We got ID, ID, and then it won't be that. It'll be what will it be? It'll be title. Sure. Let's see. And if this is finished, I will stop. Hey, look at that. Documentation. So these are all the titles. That's pretty great. Okay, so yeehaw, that's right. So that's great. Okay, so that's a bit much. We might want to I don't know how many we're getting there, but anyways, we may want to like limit that, which is totally cool. We can do that. So now this should probably go in our sidebar. That's where I think we should do that. So I'm gonna just do that real quick, and then we're gonna get out of here, and you can all stop complaining because I'm hanging around too much. Kev. Okay, so in here I'm gonna go. What do we do here? I gotta add this. I gotta add another block. Insert. What is this thing called? GitHub. Oh, Git. What do I call this thing? Why is it not there? What is going on? What is going on here? Okay. What is happening here? I think maybe this isn't getting called. My block's not being registered. I think my block's not being registered. So where is that function source? No. Sources. Content. Plugins. Yeah, it's not getting. It's not getting. Weird. Okay. So for whatever reason, it's not being registered on this page. And I don't know why. I have to figure that out. Wait, does register get called somewhere? So what does boot do? Boot should call that. Huh, okay. Anyways, it should work just fine. I think there's an issue with this class is not getting initialized in the site editor. And I don't entirely know why right now. Because this should just get called. And blocks should just get called. And then what is the name of this stupid block build? Is it not in there? GitHub activity, yeah. So it should be called GitHub activity. It's weird because it doesn't show up here. But it shows up everywhere else. Huh, okay. Well, I don't have time to mess around. Ain't nobody got time for that. If I go GitHub activity, it shows up right there. Weird. Is it a, no, it's not a widget area. It's just a standard block. It's just a regular old block. It should, I have a feeling it's just not getting called for whatever reason. I can test that pretty easily by grabbing, where am I? No, by grabbing this, putting it in the functions, right? And then instead of doing that, I'm gonna just I think I can just do something like this. Right, that should register my block regardless, but we'll find out momentarily. I don't know if this is gonna work. My guess is that it is. But you know what? I've been wrong before. There it is. So there's definitely something. So these things aren't getting called. Justin, you still here? I don't know if you're still here or not, but these things aren't, this isn't getting called for whatever reason in the site editor. Or at least my boot, that this one's not. I don't know if there's something else. So when you're calling boot block styles, so boot needs to call init this register. Yeah, it works. Meme P, what do you think of GPT for programming? GPT-4 for programming. What do I think of it? I think it can. I mean, AI for programming is great. Don't just blindly trust with the code it spits out, and make sure that it makes sense. Like I use GitHub Copilot on here all the time, and it's super handy for auto completing and helping me do stuff quickly. But I think AI stuff is great. I think we need to be careful with it and not just blindly trust it. That's sort of my 2 cents. So anyways, Justin, we'll have to figure that out. But what I want to do here is I'm going to insert a block, heading block. We'll call this Gutenberg. Stuff. I don't know. And then we'll go GitHub activity. The username's gonna be Ryan Welcher. Oh my God, what? GitHub activity in here. Right. What the deuce? Oh, what? Why is that? What the deuce, man? Oh, I know why. Probably the thing that I have to figure out why that's working. Save it. There's a problem there. It's trying to do a query without some of the things being Gutenberg. Is this not working? What does it see? Oh, there it works. It works there now. Okay. So that just apparently requires a, there we go. Oh, I didn't do the front end yet. Okay. Anyways, I'm calling it. Use this tool, not this guy. Exactly. Like if you can't remember how to map something in JavaScript, like Copilot makes life a lot easier. It just spits it out for you. But if you don't know how to do something, like you've never written a plugin in WordPress and just write me a plugin in WordPress, it'll probably write you one, but it'll probably have, it won't be the best practices. It may not be the best practices. You might have some security issues in there. You might not be escaping things in the right place. Like there's nothing is going to replace, knowing stuff. But it definitely makes life easier when you're trying to do stuff quickly. But anyways, it's 12:40. I'm out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciate you all. Yeah, exactly. Go get it. Yeah. Well, I mean, and take your AI driving your Tesla there on the way, right? But thanks everyone for hanging out with me. You're the best. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content about Gutenberg and WordPress development.